Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at everything we know about Scarlet and Violet 4A, about Shiny Treasures EX. This is one of those sets where news kind of comes out, and then more news comes out, and it drips through, and I get a lot of questions from people about various things, so it's a good time to sit down, take a minute, and have a look at everything we know about the set. Yes, there is a lot of stuff that is unrevealed, unannounced, etc. as it stands at the moment. However, I'm going to do my best, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do my best to tell you everything we know for the time being. Good? Good. So with all of that borne in mind, then, let's start off with what is clearly the most exciting and impactful thing in the set, and that is the shiny cards. We know that the shiny cards are coming, and we know that there's going to be two different types of shiny cards. So take a look at Fuecoco next to Charizard, as an example. This is what we mean when we say there's two different types of cards. You've got your Fuecoco, which is your regular shiny. They are going to be more than likely several per box, 3 or 4 per box if we go by previous sets. Whereas your Charizard, that is going to be a very different kind of thing. That is going to be a 1 per box. Your EXs are going to be your specialer cards. The more special, I probably should say. These are the ones that are going to be more of a pain. These are the ones that are going to be sitting there, 1 per box. And that's going to be your hit, so to speak. And you're crossing your fingers, you get a good one. And you can see this in the rarity symbols on the Japanese cards. There's an S rare, presumably for shiny, for Fuecoco, but it's SSR there for Charizard. They don't have the same rarity symbol. They will not be the same rarity as each other. So you're going to be getting multiple of the regular ones in a box, but it's going to be almost certainly 1 per box of the SSRs. That's how it always is. Every time we see a set like this in Japan, they're always 1 per box. Obviously, our equivalent when it comes, which we believe is going to be at the end of January, although that is currently unannounced, our set when it comes is not going to be the same as that in the whole 1 per box thing, because we don't have boxes. That's not how it works. We're not going to have individual booster boxes, but we'll talk more about what we can expect from our set in a minute. Obviously, none of this is official because that set hasn't been announced. Now, in terms of the SSR rares, there really aren't very many that have been revealed at the moment. We've seen Charizard, and we've seen the first partner Pokemon, your Meowscarada, your Skeledirge, and your Quaquavel. That's it. That's what has been revealed as it stands at the moment. We even had this nice big shiny collage here, but unfortunately none of the other SSRs were actually shown off here. We just had those 3. We didn't even have Charizard on this one, to be honest. That's what we got. Sorry about that. But we do know a bit more in terms of the regular shinies. You've obviously got your first partner Pokemon, your Fuecoco, Sprigatito, and Quaxly. And then you've obviously got the stage ones that go along with them as well. So then we've got the full evolution lines of all of them. That makes perfect sense. And then after that, well, this is where we actually do need to go to this collage that was shown in the video. We've had a few shown off. So there is an extra Charmander we can see. There is an extra Routes we can see. There is a Wooper. We've got ourselves both a Graveyard and a Houndstone. And the best one that's actually been revealed so far is the Baxcalibur. There is a Baxcalibur shown there as well. We've not been shown many of these either. But that's what we've had revealed so far. On this image, you've got all the first partner Pokemon, and then you've got yourself a Wooper, a Houndstone and a Graveyard, and a Baxcalibur. So they are extra ones that were only shown off in this collage. That's what we've got. It is worth noting there are going to be a lot of these secret rares. To take Charizard, that is the latest one we've seen so far. That is number 331 out of 190. This is the 141st secret rare. But Charizard's not going to be the last one. Now, it is Darkness, so it's going to be towards the end, but we've still got things like Colourless to come. And then, of course, your supporter cards that are secret rare will come after your Pokemon. And then there's probably going to be some fancy gold ones coming in right at the end. So there's going to be comfortably over 150. We don't know the exact count at the moment, but there's no way if Charizard is 141 that we don't have over 150. Now, in terms of just the regular shinies, that we can actually give a pretty good guess at. Because we know that Meowscarada is number 321, and we know there is a decent chance, not a guaranteed chance, but there is a decent chance that that is one of, if not the first. Because it's a grass Pokemon, and grass will be the first. So there are up to 130 of the shiny Pokemon. Now, there could be 130 of the regular shinies, and then this is number 131 in terms of secret rares. Or it could be that there are a couple of grass Pokemon that come before Meowscarada. We'll have to wait and see, but there are up to 130 shinies and over 150 secret rares in total. I wish I could give you a more definitive answer here. I'm giving you the best information that we have. Now, there are going to be some other new cards. The only one we've seen so far is Clive. That is a supporter card that lets you look at your opponent's hand, and for each supporter card you find in there, you get to draw 2 cards. It's a decent draw card. Hopefully it'll draw you 4 or 6. Might draw you 0 though. You have been warned. It's fine. It's not great. It's not going to see a ridiculous amount of play, but it is, well, it's fine. And this shows us that we should be expecting some new cards. So like, for instance, in Shiny Star V, which became our Shining Fates, they had Ball Guy. That was a brand new, never-before-seen card that came around for the very first time in Shiny Star V. There weren't very many of them at all. Do not expect very many of them at all. But there will be a few random new cards just kind of thrown in there, like we had Ball Guy last time, like we've got Clive this time. Yeah, they seem to be going for the weirder supporters. Now, there are going to be a bunch of reprints that are going to be coming around, and we've got a big collage featuring a whole bunch of reprints here. And then we can also see that, you know, they showed us this slide, which confirmed a bunch of reprints, and then there are a bunch of others that they have shown off as well. I don't think we need to go through the full list of reprints here, because those reprints aren't going to be coming out when we get the English set. But these reprints coming around are absolutely brilliant. Because what these sets do, they're the end-of-year sets. We get an end-of-year set at the end of every year, shockingly enough, over in Japan. And what these basically do is they take a bunch of staples that you need, like I've got on the screen here, Nestball, Rare Candy, and Iono. I think we can all agree they are basically staples in the game. And what these do is they allow you, if you're a newer player in Japan, to build up a great store of cards that you need to actually use to play the game. It's wonderful, it's brilliant, it's perfect. I love this. And that's what the set is going to be over in Japan. Shining Treasures EX, the actual set we're talking about, the Japanese version of the set, is going to feature a bunch of little shiny Pokemon, up to 130, a bunch of big shiny Pokemon. For what it's worth, if we assume Meowscarada is the first, which it's not, well, it might be, we don't know, but it's probably not, and we assume Charizard is the last, which it's probably not, then that makes 11 of these. There's not going to be 11. There's going to be a couple more, but don't expect there to be a huge amount. For comparison purposes, Shiny Star V had 23, which actually seems like quite a lot, especially with the numbers we've got here. We'll have to wait and see, but somewhere around the 15 to 20 mark-ish is probably what you should be expecting. Again, none of this is official or anything silly like that. This is very much a case of, this is the best I can tell you of what we know at the moment. This is not an everything you could possibly need to know video. This is an everything we know video. I wish I could give you more, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really do. This is what we've got for the time being. Now, in terms of how the set's going to look when it comes out in English, again, we can look at Shiny Star V and compare it to Shining Fates, because seriously, this card looks exactly like Shiny Star V, and we're expecting our own set at the end of January the 26th, which seems to be exactly like Shining Fates. No, that is not confirmed or official or anything like that, let's be clear. However, looks pretty likely now, doesn't it? And our set is going to be a similar kind of thing, but here are the key points you need to remember. We won't be getting all the reprints Japan does. And we know this because we've seen this a few times where Japan gets a special set and then we get our equivalent of it. Do not expect the reprints, we're not getting the reprints. Do expect a bunch of random Japanese cards that we haven't had released here to slide their way into this set. Because that's what they generally tend to do. That's what happened in Shiny Star V. Do expect to get all of the secret rares. Expect that all of the secret rares will be making their way over. That is extremely likely. Do expect a few of these to be used as promos, though. We see this all the time. Again, if we look at Shining Fates, which does serve to be a very good example and a very good comparison here, if we have a look at Shining Fates, you'll notice that Shiny Cramorant, Eldegoss, and Boltund actually came around in tins, not in the set. You'll notice Shiny Dragapult and Crobat, the Vs and the VMAXs, were promos, they were not in the set. Expect a similar thing to be happening over here. And of course, along those lines, don't expect booster boxes of this set. It's almost certainly going to be, like we always see, only available in their own products. Although, as a side note, cross your fingers very hard that we get booster bundles like we did for 151, and that they are printed in ridiculous numbers. Because for the very first time in Scarlet and Violet 151, we got booster bundles for a special set, where you could just buy 6 packs at the price of 6 packs. And it was the cheapest way to get hold of packs. It was brilliant. I sincerely hope that happens again here, but they did sell out very quickly in 151. I'm hoping Pokemon looked at that and went, oh, well, these sold out quickly. Maybe we should print a bajillion of them. That's what I'm hoping for, ladies and gentlemen. For now, I want to know what you think about all of this. I want to know if you're excited about the set. I want to know your predictions for our set in January, assuming it's real, which it really seems to be. I want to know anything you want to tell me, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely UberMX, who's been a big support of ours for a long time now and is awesome. So shout out to them for the support and the awesomeness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.